We can no longer trust the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Just Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
He's back.
He's back. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome, brother.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. Good to see you brothers again.
Peace, King. How are you feeling today?
I'm all right.
You see, we got you on the wall over there, brother. You ain't even
see it. You don't even see yourself right there.
Oh, get out of here.
Yes.
Oh, man. Good looking out.
You on the wall.
Good looking out.
What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I know as of right now, as of this time, today, after this video, I know I won't be on the Breakfast Club. I know that's never going to happen for me, gang. I understand that. I understand that I would never be signed to Charlamagne the God's Black Effect podcast network. Those dreams are now dying as a result of this video that I am about to produce. But I still got to do my job, gang. And we're in a funky space right now with this Breakfast Club situation. We just saw the most ridiculous circumstance where Just Hilarious went on maternity leave and came back to someone sitting in her chair. Some of us thought it was scripted and some of us didn't. But at the end of the day, we know in the annals of professionalism, it was absolutely egregious that she had to bring up to the person in her chair, why are you in my chair? She had to clash with Lauren LaRosa. Salute to Lauren LaRosa, Just Hilarious. I have no problem with these women. I'm always here to defend black women. I defended both of them against academics, so this is not about those two sisters in the slightest. But that is something that we did see. The professionalism of the Breakfast Club on display played out to the public, but that's not what I'm talking about. You're gonna say, Charles, why can't we trust the Breakfast Club? Is it that time when Angela Yee left and she tried to say she was the only woman on the staff in the Breakfast Club and it clearly wasn't true? I'm just gonna say, no, that's not what we're talking about. You're gonna say, Charles, is this that time that DJ Envy had a guy on, Caesar Penna, I believe his name is, fraudulent scams with real estate and selling houses and promising people to make money, and these people who put in their money ultimately got scammed out of millions, and DJ Envy is also under investigation for that? I'm going to say no. Although those are weird and egregious, I think the most egregious misuse of the Breakfast Club platform by far is 100% the, I don't even want to say unvetting, because they could not have vetted Umar Johnson at all. But bringing Umar Johnson on the Breakfast Club was the most ridiculous and egregious thing the Breakfast Club has ever done. Yep. I have to do this interview, and I have no problem with the Breakfast Club as a show. They did a lot of things good for hip-hop. They did some shit bad for hip-hop. And they do some things indifferent for hip-hop. They brought us a lot of entertainment over these last, I want to say, 12, 15 years. I don't know how long it's been. But I'm going to go on a limb and say something that I know. This ain't even a real limb. This is an actual fact. The Breakfast Club has to be held accountable for the scams, the clear hustle of Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson has been on the Breakfast Club. He's been on there, looks like 5, possibly 6 times since 2015. 10 years of them promoting Umar Johnson on the Breakfast Club. Literally putting this man in front of a camera. I never heard of Umar Johnson until the day he set foot on the Breakfast Club. Millions of people saw this guy go up on the Breakfast Club and ask for donations and run his hustle and his scam. And even as this scam became clearer and clearer that this guy was never going to open that school, the Breakfast Club still put him on there and told us that Umar Johnson was the way to go. Umar Johnson visited on the Breakfast Club, and I made a video about it because I was appalled. I said, when I made the video, I said, this thing is at 5 million views. And most of the people in the comments think that this man is a hero. I said, that guy is a fraud. And they're telling us that that school is going to open in June. And Charlemagne himself said, Umar, what do you want to say to your haters and detractors about your school not being open when it's clearly going to be open now, according to you? And Umar said, basically, I'm going to have this school open after I do a few minor renovations. And he had a lot of things to say about what was going to happen in the school. He broke down the curriculum. He was saying he wouldn't have certain teachers in there that didn't abide by his regulations of who they marry and things of that nature, because you know that he is one of the biggest opponents of interracial marriage and Snow Bunny. He's made a living, a career. He's become a meme from the pushing the narrative that snow bunnies and interracial and marriages or relationships and all that stuff is bad for the culture and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, Charlemagne, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, and yes, Jess Hilarious, they never pushed back on this guy. This guy overtalked them. He basically ran that room, and he ran his hustle. And they supported him. They lifted him up. They gave him a platform. And for years, I guarantee you, millions of dollars were given because they watched them Breakfast Club interviews with this scammer, this hustler, this perennial liar. This guy is an absolute garbage human being. He can't even keep a woman. It's like this guy's a womanizer. This guy is a deadbeat. This guy, his own brothers and sisters do not like him. They're trying to get in contact with their mom, and he allegedly is blocking them. This guy has more open baggage. He's not even in good terms with his daughter. But somehow, some way, Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club overlooked all that and had this man up there telling us that the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey School for Boys was going to be open soon. Now, mind you, he's been on this since 2015, saying that the school is going to be open. He openly criticized black people for the school not being open. He said, we would rather give our money to the white man than to give it to him. Chastised us and told us it was his fault. After 7-8 years of begging on the Breakfast Club for donations, which at last I heard it was at $2 million earned. Now he's trying to dumb it down to $750,000. I don't know where this is coming from, but guess what? They froze those accounts, so somebody trying to find out. Your accounts ain't frozen for no fraud. The only fraud you got frozen for is your own fraud. They coming for this guy. That's what's going on. And you a dummy if you got that PayPal link and sent him anything. Umar is cooked right now. He's running for his life, and he's such a good scammer. He'll turn a loss into a win because he'll make up a story, go live, and get you dummies to give him more money. People still in my comments today, to this day, on my last video of Umar Johnson telling me that I am the problem. They still don't get it. But at the end of the day, I can't blame them. The Breakfast Club has a very, very powerful platform. They syndicate it in many states. They get millions to hear and watch this thing. And when they put somebody on, we need to believe that person. Well, we trusted them more than once. This ain't the first time. But this one is the worst time because right now, everybody's starting to see it. But the sad part about it, I've been saying this for 4 or 5 years, and people have been slowly but surely coming around. There's been a lot of other people, Lennon Honor and a couple other YouTubers have been screaming this from the rafters for years. They won't ask him the questions when he get on there. I know why Charlemagne won't challenge him when he comes on there, because this guy is a freaking monster. He gets loud, aggressive. When you start to press him and back him into a corner, he gets a fight or flight, and it's never flight. It's always fight. So, of course, Charlemagne is gonna sit there and throw him lob balls and tell him, yeah, good for you, brother. Da, da, da. He says the most nonsense shit on there, and I get it. He has a knack. He got a psychology PhD allegedly, so he's going to be able to work your mind and try to mind F you and try to make you think what you heard you didn't hear, or vice versa. So yeah, he's able to do that and make us say all these topics about the black community, this, that, and the third, and try to pick at our weaknesses and tell us how wrong we are and this, that, and the third. I can go on for days about how much screaming and yelling he does at us and sisters and everything else, but the more his real life started to come into play, we realized Dr. Umar low-key trash. But some of y'all didn't because y'all still sending donations for the Marcus Garvey, whatever, right? Some of you still sending donations over there. You got the PayPal link. You got the daggone, what was it? It's the PayPal and something else, some other kind of link. If you send it over there, he'd much appreciate you. If you could spare a couple dollars, right? Spare a couple dollars. We'll put it like this. At this point, at this black community that has been terrorized by this guy, allowed to operate with impunity. This guy has been able to move and go and come and go up on that show and say, give me some more donations without even being questioned about the last donations. Charlamagne bigged up this guy. He had this guy on more than once. I believe he interviewed him more than once outside of the Breakfast Club. But I'm not worried about none of that. I'm worried about the Breakfast Club itself because I believed him. When he first went on the Breakfast Club, I'm like, oh man, if they got him on here, this guy must be legit. This guy must be legit. I started having sideways, I say this all the time, I started having sideways thoughts about Umar Johnson when he went up against Tariq and they told each other to drop the locations because they were gonna fist fight. I said, wait a minute, this ain't no leader. I don't know about no black leader that's gonna go talk about dropping no location so we can fight. So right there, it gave me the red flags, and I was like, I'm gonna back up a little bit. Right? I'm gonna back up because ain't no leader I know gonna be talking about drop the location. So at that point, I was like, yeah, something ain't right about this guy. And as I started to see him when he went on Roland Martin and different other people, and how when they try to press this man and he started to get loud and he started to he about to really punch somebody in the face, I said, oh, this guy lying. Because the only reason you got to get loud and start screaming and super defensive is when you're lying. Evasive, he won't answer the questions. He says, I only need to answer the people that have subscribed to my, that donated to me. He's on YouTube, throwing up videos after video. Like, yo, he's getting paid to do that. He's doing these lectures, doing things to go viral. Then he's talking about some woman that he was sleeping with was the throat goat. I'm like, oh yeah, something ain't right, gang. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say this. How can we trust the Breakfast Club to have these people on here when they're not vetting them, and even when this starts to get a little shaky, they won't press them about the shakiness. They won't say, bro, like low-key, you've been coming here for 7 years and we still ain't got no school. It's regular men that have nothing, that have started schools and been open longer than him, and he won't take advice from them. He won't answer questions. It's always a problem with the money. It's always an issue with accounting about for what's going on, why this is that and the third. He bought 2 dilapidated buildings that are still dilapidated, no electricity, no running water. Okay? And then he's still blaming us. He's telling us that we're the problem. No matter how much money he gets, it's never enough. It's a black hole. And somebody's watching this video right now saying, you're not being fair. You're not giving him a chance. You'll give the white guy a chance, but you won't give it, gang. He had plenty of chances. He could have started that smooth. He could have started that school small. He could have started that school with 30 students and built it. He could have been opened that school a long time ago. This guy been playing the games, but you know what? The IRS is like, we tired of playing. We done. We're not playing no more games. End of the day, what's going to happen now is we're going to go ahead and shut this down till all the accounting get done. And they ready to count beans. They ready to slide them little, what them call it, a rabicus or whatever the hell they call them things. And they ready to get all the points involved, all the numbers. That's why the accounts got froze. Then he out here dogging this female who used to be his throat goat. Now she telling everything. She fed up. When a woman's fed up, she fed up. But my whole problem is this. When we sit there and we tune into the Breakfast Club, we're not saying y'all got to be babysitting these people. Yeah, have them on, let them speak their thing. But you had them on 5 times. And every time he got worse and worse as far as how far back behind he was with these schools. But he kept getting more donations. And you guys sat there key with him. You let him talk about sports and all this other shit. Hour-long videos. And you never, ever really stuck to the matter of saying, okay, brother, we hear you and all that. Yeah, black people got to do this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, all that snow bunny shit sound good. But what about them schools? He never pressed them. They let him leave them links at the end of every episode. And more people send him money right after the episode because they think they doing the right thing. Charlamagne ain't telling. We don't know what the hell this guy doing with this money. We just have him up here because he gets a lot of views. He literally gets billions of views every time he's on there, gang. Why would they care? Why would they stop them? Why would they check and see what's going on with the schools? Why would they check and see what's going on with the donations or the money? Why would they? They get a lot of money to do this. Cut the videos up, make shorts. It goes a long way. So there's a problem at the Breakfast Club. If you're going to have a guy like this who clearly is falling to pieces, he's about to be, this guy probably end up in prison, gang. I'm just going to be honest. This ain't looking good at all. I know it's funny right now. Everybody making these funny videos and they laughing, hee, ha, ha. This guy's in real trouble. He's in Diddy type trouble. Right? The IRS not going to tell you nothing. They just going to wait till they got him. This guy's in a real problem. And this is the guy that the Breakfast Club for 10 years has put in front of us saying, yeah, the Honorable Dr. Umar Johnson. We got a very special guest in the building, right? Umar Johnson. So a lot of them donations is the result of the Breakfast Club, for one, not doing their due diligence, and for two, continuing to put an erroneous crook up on the screen with a suit on because he gets a lot of views and he makes them look really, really important in the community because they got this black brother on there. Well, the people that saw through it a long time ago are saying, listen, something ain't right with this guy and something ain't right with the Breakfast Club for having him. And I keep saying on my videos, when this school opened, this so-called Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey School for Boys, when it opened, go under my videos and flame me. Flame me. Ain't nobody flame me yet because the school ain't open. I'm going to leave it at that, man. Listen, I feel like what's going on at the Breakfast Club needs to be studied because we can't have this happen again. We can't have this happen again. This is what it looks like when you believe anything from anybody. We can't just throw these charlatans up on the screen. Who's next? Right? And I get it. They're trying to be open and diverse and try to, we want to have all points. They're doing too much, gang. You just had Neon up there who's a goddamn racist. You want to try to check him in the building. Why not just why have him at all? Right? And I get it. He was young. Well, everybody was young at some point. But that motherfucker, he did the shit last year. The fuck we talking about? So you're just having anybody on, you're not vetting anybody. Charlamagne, she just heard, Jess Alaria said, yeah, Charlamagne got an email from Neon. I said, sure, you can come on. That's how y'all, this is what we doing. Like, I can just email y'all niggas and get on the shit. Like, hey, come on. They check your numbers. Oh, your number's good. Bring them up here. That's not good, gang. That's not good, because then you get guys like Caesar Penna up in there, and you get guys like Umar Johnson up in there scamming people, and God knows who else is up in there scamming. I'm going to leave it at that. CLBMG. Listen, head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know what you got going on. Let them know who sent you. They got all kind of flavors and things of that nature. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the What Show. We probably will be discussing this. It's on all 8 different platforms. We get 200 people in the chat. Make sure you're one of them, all right? Tap in. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6-man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh